Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again with Midweek Encouragement. It's always a joy to be able to share with you and talk to you for just a little bit because I just want to bring some encouragement into your week. There's so much that can happen between last time you watched one of the videos and today. And I just hope that through what I share, you will find the encouragement from God through his word and knowing that you are loved and favored by him. In fact, part of the reason I do this video is it says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11, therefore be an encouragement to one another. And that's what I hope to do with you today, is be an encouragement. I brought with me a few pieces from a chess set. Have you ever played the game? Very interesting game. It's a tough game. You have to be able to think 2, 3, up to 5 moves ahead of when you're playing. Each person on the board has a certain role, certain name. There are what are called pawns, and they are the front row of defense. And followed by them are some different people. But the main thing, you want to protect your king. You lose your king, you lose the game. The king gets into checkmate or check, and you got to make some fancy moves to protect what you have left. He has a partner, the queen. He's only allowed to move one space in any direction. She can move any direction, multiple places, as long as she wants. But there's one more place. There's one more position. It's called the castle. There's some others. There's, of course, the knight and the, I'm forgetting one of them. But we have the bishop. We have all those different parts. And we have this castle. Castle is also limited in where it can move. It can go forward, or it can go left and right. It can go backwards. But it's only limited to those directions. It cannot go at an angle like the queen and a few of the other pieces can go. Limited frontward and backward. Castles. Interesting. Someplace I'd like to go and see sometime. I'd love to go and visit a castle and just explore it. And one that is in operation, one that is still in good shape. I don't want to go to some creepy place, but one that is in full operation. But there's a big difference between a castle and a kingdom. You see, a castle is designed for the people of the castle only, nobody else. Don't let anybody in. That's why they put a moat around it. It's limited to who's allowed in and who's allowed out. A kingdom, on the other hand, is much bigger. It's designed to let people in and people out. And Jesus came not to build a castle. Jesus came to build his kingdom. And we are part of that. That's what he is building, us, to be a light. Now, we can allow our possessions and our things to become the walls of our castle to the point that we are pinned in like a castle would be. But when we discover the difference between a kingdom and a castle, and we start getting rid of those things that pin us in, what a difference that can make in our life. I mean, there's freedom in that. I think one of the other things about this whole idea of a castle and a kingdom, in a castle, you have to be accepted. You can't just walk in. You have to be accepted. Like I remember when I was younger, they would have signs on the doors of restaurants that say, Visa, MasterCard, accepted here. I want to be in places where I'm accepted, and I think you all want to be in a place where you are accepted. When you were growing up, I was growing up, did you ever have to be the last one picked to play the game at recess? Yeah, I was always last picked. And I really don't think I was so much last picked as I was the consolation for the person who got to choose last. I wasn't much of an athlete, but that's okay. I don't need the acceptance and the approval of other people. I'm accepted and approved by God, my Father. It's the only acceptance I really need. And when I need the acceptance of other people, it means that they are in control of me. And that's what whoever is in the castle is doing. They're controlling what they have. Kingdom, a lot different focus, a lot different thinking. But I am accepted, and so are you. I love these words that John, a disciple of Jesus, wrote in 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. He says, how great is the love the Father has lavished on us that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that they did not know him. So let's stop there for a minute. How great is the love? Tell me how great. Measure it. You see, back in Hebrews chapter 2, it says, how can we ignore so great a salvation? There's some people, when they cook, they put so much of this, so much of that, so much of this, so much of that. How much is so? It is an immeasurable term. And how great is the love of God? Tell me, how big is it? We cannot fathom how great it is. It's enormous. But here's another thing. He began lavishing this love, and he chose us, according to Ephesians chapter 1, before the creation of the world. That's how much he loved us. But then it says he lavished his love on us and giving us the right to be called what? Children of God. I think another word that could be used there for children of God is beloved. He looks at you, he looks at me and says, my beloved. But he doesn't want us to just stay as his beloved. I believe he wants us to move forward and become his warriors, his representatives, those that take a stand for him in all that they do. Let's keep going in this passage because he says, dear friends, now we are children of God, and what we will be has not been made known yet, but we will know that when he appears, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. You know what Jesus wants us to look like? Like his son. And the more we become like his son in love, and through our actions and through our words, the more we become like his son. And who does God love more than anybody? His son, Jesus Christ. So the more we are like him, the more he's just showing us, I've lavished my love on you, and I'm going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. But so often we're looking for, I want to be accepted by them. I want to be accepted by them. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody calls you. It only matters what you answer to. And I think the best voice that you can answer to is the one that says, my beloved. I have loved you with an everlasting love, and I am lavishing my love upon you. Does it matter if somebody else accepts me? No. Can I go to places where other people don't accept me? Yes. Because their approval doesn't matter. His does. And in the end, that's the voice that really matters. His voice over anything else. So my friends, remember, you are loved. Now, let's go do what he says for us to do. Because Jesus said, by this, all men will know you are my disciples if you love one another. And that is an unconditional love. That love has no standards as to saying, well, if you jump through this hoop, I'll love you. No, it's an unconditional love for who you are, the way you were made, right here, right now, right where you are. And we can never measure how great that love is. But we can let it flow into our heart and overflow out of us onto other people. So let's spread love like we would confetti or like we would throw with a sprinkler. Let it go everywhere and let the love of Jesus flow through you to everyone you meet. Hey, thank you, and may God bless you and keep you, and may his love shine great upon you. Bye-bye.